We had a historic theater that was crumbling in disrepair, and we said goodbye as a community. And then immediately, as a Main Street organization, said, this hole in our downtown is not good enough, and started to reach out to our partners, including the Wyoming Business Council, to develop technical assistance, planning document, forums with our community to listen to what this project should be moving forward.
We had some listening sessions. We had a little bit of opportunity to talk to the community members and find out what they wanted, but we still weren't really sure.
We were able to develop a strategy and a plan and a very thoughtful approach to getting a committed business, Big Hollow Food Co-op, on site.
Big Hollow needed to expand. We needed to fill this hole, and the grant went together, and here we are. This project has really added to this end of the downtown, the foot traffic, the community support to be able to come downtown and grab groceries.
The Business Council coming to the table as a partner and sharing our vision as a game changer for our community.
We worked with an organization out of Jackson called Imagine Jackson, and that small help put Square One in a building in the Jackson area where it's difficult to have a business going.
The Business Council helped to renovate it to make it more appropriate for our purposes and our needs. And as a result, the company really took off after we were able to move into the new facility. We've been able to grow, create a lot of additional jobs here in Wyoming, and remain in the town we love.
They have hired people and utilized other businesses in the area to achieve their goals.
The fact that we were able to move in here and expand our business certainly, I think, contributed to the significant success that GH2O has enjoyed over the last 10 years. And there's a number of other companies here in Jackson and throughout the state of Wyoming that have also benefited from this.
And then it can also do all 3 rotations.
They're pursuing some Air Force contracts that have the potential to really make an impact on their company, but also on the state of Wyoming.
The scope of our work has really expanded, once again, thanks to the facility that we've got to execute those projects.
The Wyoming Business Council BRC grant really allowed our business park to go to the next level, to be paved and nice and presentable.
That builds steel buildings and does concrete. And then we have our JR's Automotive right here.
26 lots have now been filled, and negotiations are taking place to fill the remaining.
We've attracted a variety of businesses, the construction industry, agriculture, automotive and vehicle repair. The business park has spurred the growth on Main Street as well, keeping our storefronts open.
And there's really been a resurgence and some great momentum taking place in the community. And in fact, they've hired new staff, a new economic development director to really spearhead those efforts.
We were struggling as a downtown, not only in the current economic situation, but just as a downtown. 18 months of construction and opening, we saw over $45 million worth of private investment in a 2-block radius around David Street Station. That has only since spurred more investment and growth. We enhanced our community, and the private sector responded to that enhancement. Without the BRC, the support, that seed money, I don't know that we would see the private investment.
The Business Council is proud to partner with communities in creating these unique downtown cores. and helping develop their personalities in order to attract people to their communities as well as retain the members that they have.
Casper's not going anywhere. David Street Station is a place where I come now with my family, and it's going to be around for generations.
Before this building was built, was in a small, old, historic building that was part of a depot complex.
The previous visitor center was hard to find in Lander, especially if you're out of town. And also, it was getting old and did not give a great first impression for visitors.
The visitor industry for Lander is easy to grasp. We're located right at the base of the Wind River Mountains, and outdoor recreation is something that we can really sink our teeth into. So when this opportunity came up to expand the visitor services, it was just a great location to put it in and try and increase our summer economy. We've increased this to be a chamber and visitor center altogether, which has increased our visitor services.
The new visitor center is a beautiful building right on the main street, and with other Main Street projects, is changing the impression that you get in Lander as you arrive in town.
It had trees, it had a couple picnic tables, it had restroom facilities with dilapidated showers.
The free campground was in major need of renovation as tourist and visitor numbers were dwindling, and they approached the Business Council for some support. They were able to build larger showers and ADA-compliant restroom, which has helped to attract more visitors.
We also were able to improve some of the safety features within the park through tree trimming, fence building, and designation of the park stalls.
They're getting some incredible letters of support and great reviews from people who have stayed and been very satisfied. While more tourists are visiting, local businesses downtown are also thriving with additional foot traffic and increased sales.
As people come to Sheridan, they really want that place to live, and the WYO Theater is that anchor that brings people in and that evening entertainment.
So the BRC funds have been used to create a black box theater, multiple classroom spaces, a new costume area, a new dance studio with sprung floor, a green room, additional wing space, box office space, and offices. Really has brought a vibrancy to downtown Sheridan. It's another reason people move here, because they see culture and they know that things are happening, and it's just a fabulous place for people to gather.
It definitely attracts people into town, attracts workforce into town, and it's just been a great project for Sheridan.
In our old building, it consisted of a dining area with 4 tables, so we could hold 32 people. And we had a kitchen smaller than a trailer kitchen, and we're trying to serve meals.
They had to close the oven door to get down the aisles of the kitchen.
We tried to renovate it, expand, but it was going to be too costly because it was an old, basically double wide trailer.
They found a building that had been vacant for over 10 years that was on its way to becoming slum and blighted right on their main street.
In a small rural area, you have an abandoned building and then it gets opened. It's like a boost to the whole town.
Their membership has increased greatly and they can seat them all together.
We have room for more people to come and take part in just being a social gathering place in the town.
So in 2013, the Wyoming Business Council helped to fund a high-tech business park in Laramie. The idea was to provide space for business recruitment, new business startups, and business expansions that might be interested in Laramie as a hub for technology.
Without the prospect of Sierra Sky in the facility that we have here, that I don't think we would be here. We opened in June of 2014. We had 4 team members that were part of that initial group, and we've obviously expanded tremendously. We've hired on 28 additional people. If we didn't have the space that we have here, plus our recently expansion space, none of this would have been possible.
Jobs at UL are helping to keep our UW graduates in the state. It's about 90% of their current employees are UW graduates. The UL project is a great example of how the Business Council, working with our local communities and local businesses, are helping to grow a strong workforce and to keep our young people here and give them a great opportunity. GF Harvest was transporting oats out of state, as that was the nearest oat mill, and so the City of Powell applied for a Business Ready grant to support the expansion of GF Harvest.
Those funds were helped to build the mill as well as the warehouse. That way we could increase our business from what we were doing on the kitchen table all the way to where we are now. We were able to increase our production to 1,200 acres and to employ at a maximum of 25 people.
GF Harvest is a worldwide brand that has impacts locally as a field-to-flower type operation, with farmers growing their product, employing people locally in the manufacturing and distribution.
If we can stay local, we stay local, because that is where the heartbeat of our town is.
It really has incredible benefits to the Bighorn Basin region in addition to our state by keeping monies locally and value adding an agricultural product.
It is critical to have a financial tool to put in place to spur these projects so that communities can be successful in helping themselves and to grow within.